Oh, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? MasterBoris here with another stream. Sorry I'm late, but hey, you should support me at any time I come on the stream. It don't matter if it was 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 12 a.m., 12 p.m., 5 in the morning. It don't matter. You should support your boy MasterBoris. What's up, everybody? I'm your host. Once again, another stream, another thing to talk about. I'm kind of feeling like I need to call somebody out tonight on this stream. This is gonna be a shorter stream too. I'm not gonna take too much of y'all time, but things got to be said around here because I came across a video that we're gonna go over. Yeah, and we're talking about gaming, and we're specifically fighting games and people that do the FGC content creation that want to shill all the time. When a game is getting ready to come out, they do a reaction, they overreact, and they pretend like they like the game, all for the money, all for the flame, all for the clout. Play the game for about a month, they say it's great, even though when they showcase the game, there's problems within the game, and they don't call it out because they don't want to give out constructive criticism, because they think that if they do give out constructive criticism, excuse me, they would be deemed as a hater and probably don't like this game. But in truth, you're just only giving out your constructive criticism. Then they'll continue to shield and shield until, you know, there's no money and ain't nobody really watching the game that they play, the fighting game that they play. And then they'll all of a sudden just throw the game and the developers under the bus after they get their money. You know, I don't like these content creators, you know what I'm saying? You know, like I said, I tell y'all the truth and nothing but the truth. If there's something I don't like about the game, I'm going to tell y'all firsthand. Like I did with the High Guard video. I said this game got potential, this game is decent, but it needs some work. Speaking of that, I know I read an article that they got rid of most of the staff. So what's going on with these free-to-play games? And we're going to talk about TXKO in a little bit too, because, you know, I'm hearing that they laid off most of the staff who made that game. We're going to talk about that in a minute, though. But we're going to get on to the FGC SHILLS that are posers, that are phonies, you know, and they're just doing it for the content, doing it to be likable, you know. And I said in my last stream, I don't make videos to be liked. I make videos for, you know, my own entertainment and probably yours, you know. For those of you that probably agree with me on some things that I say on this channel, what video that I make, or, you know, y'all disagree, you know, but I keep it pushing, I keep it moving, because there's some stuff I want to say and spread awareness on, you know, when it comes down to entertainment, when it comes down to, you know, serious things that's going on in the world, and, you know, doing commentary on relationships, and, you know, and all the stuff that's going on, what people say on TikTok, and react to it. You know, because it is a reaction channel as well, this channel here. But, you know, but I just do things where I see fit. And that's what I'm doing right now. I come across this video. Hold on for a second. Not this video. I'm going to get into that. I'll make a video about that. But, where is it? Where is it? About these two phonies. These two, you know, I am Caucasian and I say so phony fighting game players. Especially the one on the right. The one on the right there, I've been having, you know, disagreements and a gripe with him since 2016. And he goes by Maximilian Dude, if you don't know. Brian F., I don't know too much of him, but for the videos that I've seen of him, especially regarding the Street Fighter 6, it's very selfish. You know, I can say all the time about what I want in the fight game. I tell y'all the stuff that I want to happen in Tekken 8 all the time. Doesn't mean, I don't just want it to be, I just want the developers to do something only just for me. They gonna do something for, for everybody that's playing their game. So, but here's the thing. Excuse me. Can't even talk to that. Here's the thing. I don't know why I'm clearing my throat all the time. Allergies messing me up. I mean, here's the thing though. You have to check these people, because for a very long time, this guy, Maximilian Dude, has been creating false narratives on fighting games and the history of it, and no one challenged him, except for me when I used to watch his videos, a couple of years ago. I don't follow Maximilian at all as of late. No, I don't. But now the veil has been, broken, and people are starting to see his BS. Because, the people that watched him back in the day, I'm talking about the Assist Me. I think that was when his content was top tier when he did the Assist Me videos. And I was a fan of that. I was a follower of that, I should say. Not a fan, but a follower of that. They starting to see his BS, and they starting to call him out on certain games that he talks about on his videos. And social media has this way of getting into your putting algorithms of things that you used to do, and I be seeing posts that people are calling him out on Twitter and stuff like that. But yeah, I've been knowing about this guy for a very, very long time. He got his break. He got his break for real when he had early dibs of playing Super Street Fighter 4. Because before that, he was just a Call of Duty player. But yeah, I'm going to get into this video about this guy, Clayton Chapman, pretty much calling out Maximilian's BS, and rightfully so. So, shout outs to you, and I like your videos. If you come across this stream, which I doubt it. And, everything that he said was right on the money. Now, the toxic positivity, at first I did not get that term, because I'm like, positivity is positivity. Then again, I'm just like, well, toxic positivity ain't really positivity. If you want my opinion about it, it's some phony, fake positivity. Doing something they don't truly believe in what they say and do, but they're acting positive about it, and they just do it just to, I don't know, get brownie points for it, and that's what Maximilian Dude is doing. But yeah, I'm gonna play the video, and y'all gonna listen to what he's saying about it.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's another installment of Share My Pain on the FGC on NBC. Remember, if you like the videos, like, sub, silly comment, share, support the channel if you can. I appreciate it. Thanks. Super chat, PayPal, Patreon, super comment the video, super hype the video. Obviously, if you want to support, thank you. I was informed and shown this terrible interview, which you are free to watch as well if you want. And man, I just tell you guys, what the reason that fighting games are in the position that they are now, the reason that games like 2XKO fail are actually because of people like Max, okay? If you think about it, right? This constant toxic positivity, well then after something fails, they put themselves on a pedestal that, oh, I knew all along, right? I want you to listen to some of this absolute nonsense that Max says right here, right? Make sure the volume is on, hopefully.
Say, with the perspective I have of playing so many games, like I can identify almost immediately, like this game's going to be very canned.
That's his audio, not mine.
We ain't done. And you can watch the whole interview, obviously. I just want to...
I ain't watching this shit.
What are we talking about, dude? Like, a lot of modern games like don't allow that amount of wiggle room. It's so specifically designed to be played in a certain way,
and you can watch these full just watch the whole thing. It's absolutely ridiculous. They talk about how video games are too homogenized now.
I am not watching this whole interview. No, to be honest with you, I don't even want to show him on my channel. But I'm doing it for the first time, and it's going to be the last time because things are got to be said here. I just knew, when I first met him. I think it was CEO 2015, I think. I probably got the dates wrong. It was a time where they had the beta of Street Fighter V, so it could be 2015 or 2016. Man, Hollywood, bro. All I want to do was see where he was at. If he's the master of fighting games, you know what I'm saying? As he portrays WE on the internet, like he knows everything. And he don't want to do that, so instead he just talked to people that was kissing his ass, that was fangirling over here. Grown ass men doing that though. So I was like, and I didn't like his attitude when I met him either. It was just like, he was a little funny style, you know what I'm saying? He's not what he makes him out to be. He makes himself to be like he is on the internet. It's not. I mean, he could have changed over the years, but for what this guy is saying, Clayton, he's still on that phony stuff. Shiji-Khan, Maximilian was never my hero. I just wanted to pull up and challenge him and beat him in the fighting game that he refused to do. Because he talked so much crap in the past on social media, Facebook and Twitter and all, and I be calling his ass out on it. And I was like, oh, he gonna be as CEO? Oh, okay. So, I pull up. And he felt that, since, I'm not one of these mindless fans of his, he probably, because I did say who I was, and he was like, oh, snap. And then he gonna make the excuse, man, I gotta do commentary on Killer Instinct, which he sat there for probably an hour and a half in the commentary booth eating Cheetos. I remember because that was the first time I met Steve Scott, which y'all know him as Tasty Steve, for the first time. And he caught wind of it, but I don't think he knew exactly what was going on between me and Max. So, I'm not even going to put Steve Scott in that situation because he came when it was all over. Because, I'm in line, Maximilian was in line, and to play this new Street Fighter V. It was the first time because they had Ryu, Bison, Rashid, I think, and Chun-Li in this beta. I'm thinking I'm getting the dates wrong. I think it was 2015 CEO, because when did Street Fighter V came out? But I got footage of all of this actually. Not that, but most of the stuff I did during that time, because I had a vlog channel and I used to upload videos of me going to fighting game tournaments. Which that's no longer there. But yeah, man. Since that day, I'm like, oh, you one of those. You one of those people that you like people to kiss your ass and worship the ground you walk on. And he hides it very well. He does. He does. I don't know how he is now, but for what Clayton is saying here, seems like he hasn't changed. But yeah, let's ride out.
How games look like they're developed by robots. How since Street Fighter V that, before that you never had to pull out your phone and look at the frame data before a match. And now that's been rooting fighting games. They talk about all this stuff that, oh yeah, we've always known this and we keep saying this. But wait, what? Aren't these all the videos that I talk about like this? Aren't you the same guy that is always shilling Street Fighter 6 right when it came out. Just like you shill every goddamn fucking game right when it comes out that is, oh, it's so unique, it's so amazing. There's nothing ever like it before. It's going to be so great, dudes. Oh, yeah, you know, I knew. Yeah, Street Fighter 5, yeah. That was the start of the end, you know. We had to start pulling out our phones to look at frame data. I'm like, are these guys using the same talking points that when I do all my game theory videos? Like, yeah, I just knew Street Fighter 6. It's just designed to be played in such a specific way. Everything is too homogenized now. Every character has to work in this specific way. Then why the fuck didn't you say it before? What do you?
And that's the thing, and that's what makes Maximilian Dood a hypocrite, because he'll say one thing, and then when the money is no longer there to like shill a certain fighting game, he will say what he really feels, or just saying what the people are saying on social media, doom and gloom posts. So for what Clayton is saying here, it seemed like he hasn't changed over the years, which I'm not surprised. You know, it's just one of those things, man. Like, I'm glad people are calling him out on his BS, because I've been calling him out on social media, mostly on Facebook. I no longer have a Facebook anymore, and Twitter, because there was times where there's some stuff that he say about the history of fighting games. I'm like, no, you're wrong. That's not what happened. It's not what happened. Okay? And, you know, you got his fanatics coming to the rescue and talking about, I don't know what I'm talking about. No, he doesn't know what he's talking about when it comes down to fighting games. He don't. He's creating this narrative in his own mind that that's what it is, or try to rewrite history. You know what I'm saying? Like most of these, you know, Caucasian people do. They want to rewrite history, especially, you know, people that look like me dominate in a certain field. So, you know, and yes, I believe he's still a closet racist as well. That's why I don't entertain or support his videos like I used to back in the day, before I met him and before, you know, I find out exactly who he is. That's just my opinion. And a lot of people stop messing with me because I disagree with Maximilian. Like what? Just because I disagree with your guy you follow in the FGC content creation of things, you stop messing with me? You stop supporting me? Then again, most of these people don't even that was saying all that didn't support me anyways. You never supported any of the stuff that I did. You never put money in my pocket. You never tell anybody about my videos. You never supported, you know, my endeavors. You never supported, you know, my music group UVGM. You ain't did none of that. None of it. And you had people in the, you know, comic section, because I talked about Maximilian before, but it was briefly on my older channels, not as how I am doing now, because I'm gonna make this loud, but in different social media platforms, Twitter, Facebook, like I said before, and you know, people will call me a hater and stuff like that, but I've been saying what Clayton been saying since 2016. 10 years ago. And now people are now realizing he is a phony. Maximilian Dood is a phony. But yeah, let's run it out. Let's see what else Clayton's saying.
Talking about. And Max has such a amazing insight to video games. He knows more about fighting games than all these other people, right? Max is the same guy that I've had to make videos before that he doesn't even know what footsies are. And he talks about video games in ways that they don't even work. But of course, you know, he wants you to forget that. Oh no, I know everything about games. I have this unique perspective because I can predict games when other people can't. Are you sure? Are you sure? I mean, listen to this. This is absolutely fucking ridiculous.
in the same way that we make content and we see people react to our shit, you get people that are just purely negative, and you're like, damn, just a hater. I will never get them on my side. I can write that bitch a check for $1,000. Their opinion would not change. So in the same way, developers look at the big haterade content for a lot of games and go like, that's not our core audience. That message doesn't.
I also want to add, but this is my show. This is my stream. This is my perspective, and the information I'm going to be giving y'all. It's not. I know I'm doing a live reaction, but I want to add this too. Most of the people that stopped supporting me was black men that support Maximilian. It was mostly brothers. Well, they ain't brothers, you know what I'm saying? Because they say I'm the #1 Maximilian dude hater in the past. I'm telling y'all what happened in the past when I start challenging this man online on social media. This did not just happen yesterday. This has been going on for years. This has been going on for years. And the crazy part about it is, to Clayton's, statement about, fighting games being, this one track, this one style of gameplay. He's the reason why fighting games are ass today. Guys like him, Clayton. I'm so glad that I'm not alone in this when it comes down to Maximilian dude. Because a lot of people has been calling him out lately. A lot of people that watch your videos are grown now, and they're now starting to think for themselves and stop being an echo chamber for you. But I've been talked about his false narratives when it comes down to fighting games, I've been talked about it. I just wasn't loud enough. Like I am tonight. I still feel the same way I did a decade ago. Just by the little statements, the little things that Clayton said in this video so far, I still feel the same way about this phony ass FGC content creator to this day. Let's ride out. I want to see what my boy Clayton got to say.
Actually, we don't need to appeal towards them. But if you're like, hey, this game has this that are great, and it's really good, and it's running good, but this, these are big-ass problems. So finding that criticism middle ground became really important to me, which is why, like, my relationship with devs now, whenever I run into them, they're like, be honest.
Well, since when is Max honest? Max wants to pretend that he is some great galaxy brain of the scene. He's so I can't even describe the emotions I'm feeling other than to laugh, because it sounds so retarded to even say. He wants you to believe that he is so intellectual and he can predict all these games. He gives good criticism. Max, what the fuck are you talking about? And the people that eat up your bullshit, how do you believe anything this guy says? Hey, dude, oh my God, Street Fighter 6 so amazing. There's never been anything like it. Oh, it's so amazing. So unique. Everyone's so amazing. Oh, then you have videos. Yeah, I knew Street Fighter 6 was going to be too homogenized. Everything is just too pre-planned. Oh, yeah, Brian's commenting. Yeah, Street Fighter 5, that was the start where we had to bring out our phones. We had to start looking at frame data. It was never like that. But are you guys just, all these motherfuckers do is Clayton is wrong. Clayton is wrong. Clayton is wrong. Then once they've shilled something and they've made all their money, oh, yeah, we don't need to play this. But I knew about it. Then why the fuck didn't you say it? You are the fucking problem why games are the way they are now. And you have people trying to defend stuff like 2XKO. Oh my God, these people, it's so terrible. They had 10 years.
Yes. Clayton said the exact same thing that I said years ago and also today. You are the reason why modern fighting games are ass today. You are. Maximilian, J.M. Cross, whatever his name is, Brian F. All those guys, You the main one. These are the people, the developers picked you to test out their games. Japan. And they did that because you had the most following. And now they realize you are hurting their brand. You are hurting, their way of marketing their games so to get more people to play their games. But you had petty. I remember the time, and my friend showed me this too, because I don't really check out his videos. I remember the time where Virtua Fighter 5 Final Showdown came out on the modern console. No, Ultimate Showdown. It was Ultimate Showdown. And you criticized the entire time. Not the entire time, but most of it. In telling gamers not to play Virtua Fighter 5 Ultimate Showdown because it doesn't have rollback netcode. You said that. It doesn't matter if it's rollback, delayed, if the online netcode ain't good, it just ain't good, bro. You pretty much told the audience that don't have a brain to not play Virtua Fighter 5 Ultimate Showdown because it doesn't have rollback netcode. This is the same guy. You never said how good the game was. Then again, you don't know how to play the game. Don't. And you got guys mindlessly following him and become an echo chamber fan. But the veil has been broken. More people are starting to challenge Maximilian now, and I'm glad. But I was the first ones to do it. Whatever he remembered me doing it or not. He probably don't even remember. But yeah. Let's ride out. Let's see what else Clayton got to say.
An 160 man team for 10 years could only pump out one character a year. And they're going to get 6 months severance pay. And these people are still trying to defend the game and the developers about how sad it is that they got fired. You want the same mistakes to be repeated? See, one thing I don't agree with, and again, watch the whole interview. Again, you don't have to take my word for it. Watch these interviews. And that's why I say so many fucking times, if you want to know more about a hobby you enjoy, you have to give things a chance that you might not normally want to, or you might not normally like. Do you know why I know Max is full of shit? Because I've seen some of his fucking videos. You know? I've seen the videos where Max is afraid to say my name and tries to give credit to other people for it. And then once he realizes, oh, wait, this is a chat that likes me. Oh, I can give credit to Clayton for it now. Ridiculous. I mean, he's a fucking shady motherfucker, dude. We've showed this. Right? But again, that point being, why am I able to predict all these games year after year, game after game after game after game after game? I mean, look back. We went back and we found posts from CVS2. Clayton is one of the most influential people in video games. Well, okay, I want you to imagine, the community wants you to pretend that I haven't done all this stuff. We found posts from fucking 25 years ago. Clayton's one of the most influential people in video games, fighting games, right? I mean, come on. Now the community wants you to hide this, what they've been trying to do for years, right? But the reason I can do this...
See, you see what I'm talking about? Do you see what I'm talking about? Did you listen to what he just said? They're trying to rewrite history of the people that put in the work in this community. And try to, like... Guys like Maximilian try to get credit for everything. The PDF guy that was the spokesperson for Evo, Mr. Wizard, trying to take credit for everything. people that used to moderate SRK forums trying to take credit for everything. So they've been hiding his work for all maybe tips and tricks on certain fighting games that he probably put out in videos and make it seem like that they discovered on their own. No, he did that. Clayton did that. You see what I'm talking about? I'm just letting y'all know this has been going on for a very, very long time. And what I've been saying about the Max dude is what already happened years ago. I'm just now saying that because he's still one of those FGC shills that will say anything for $1. But when there's no money in it to shield, they'll move on to something else. And then they'll shield on that particular game because it's new and fresh. It's not the game they normally play. Mostly Street Fighter. Because that's the only game that the FGC is probably really good at. They're not good at anything else. They don't want to try to be good at any other fighting game. They're not going to try to be good in Virtua Fighter. They're trying in Tekken since it's easier to play now. But not, Guilty Gear 2, since it's easier to play now. You know, the barrier of entry, you know, is lower. The skill ceiling, you know what I'm saying, is lower. You know, but the competition is heavy because a lot of people can get into it because it's easier to play now. So yeah, you know, barrier entry is easy to get in. The barrier entry is easy to get in when it comes to these fighting games that are being made today. And thanks to him. But yeah, let's ride out. Let's see what else he says.
This is because I know that I don't know everything, right? I will give things a chance, right? Because if it's a hobby you enjoy, if it's a endeavor, let's say you enjoy, I guess if you're trying to be competitive, let's say, you know, whatever perspective makes it work for you. If you want to know more something about the thing you enjoy, you actually have to try to learn more about it. You have to think outside of your own echo chamber, right? Something that I disagree with in this video is they talk about how the reason that fighting games are so homogenized now and the reason they are so bad is because they are designed by fighting game players. The asterisk mark of that, which I always say, is they are designed by people that only like one type of game and people that think they know more than everybody else and are afraid to ever admit that they are wrong, right?
Example A. Maximilian dude. That's exactly who he is. I will shit on the FGC every chance I get because that community is so freaking hypocritical and so selective of who they choose to pick to take the downfall of somebody doing wrong in that community. There are players right now that did a lot of dirt and the FGC know about it. And they're going to try to take it to the grave because that's their people. And there's a lot of people that are innocent in the FGC. Is getting banned left and right in tournaments. And they ain't do nothing. But yeah, Clayton pretty much explained what I explained in a nutshell about Maximilian dude. He's the prime example. He's the reason why. One of the reasons why Japan was like, okay, we're going to kiss your ass of Caucasian men can't dance on the dance floor like that, like, you know, the black people and the Asians, you know. But there's some Caucasians, and Clayton is one of, he's one of the great player. Great player. I've seen his work. But most of these Caucasian boys, they don't know how to dance on the dance floor. They can't dance like me. You see? When it come down to these fighting games, nah. Not even on my worst day. Not even on my worst day. But yeah, man. Clayton made a great example. He pretty much said in a nutshell what Maximilian truly is. And I'm glad more people are calling him out. Once again. You know, they making fighting games. Dumbing down fighting games for characters like him. And they still losing. Like how the fact that there was no USA player at the Tekken World Tour at all. Not one. Not even at the top 20. They dumb these fighting games down for y'all to get a fighting chance of winning. If all you competitive fighting game players complaining about Tekken being too hard, it's dumbed down and y'all still losing? That's why Japan is not listening to none of the NA players no more, especially Capcom. They're just like, we're going to do what Japan wants us to do and please our customers and our home native land instead of the US. And I don't blame them. I don't blame them. I really don't. But yeah, let's ride out.
Again, why do I know so much about video games? Why have I been able to predict game after game after game? Because I'm not afraid to admit that I don't know everything. I will go watch the player that's supposedly bad because maybe I will learn something new. I think it's actually kind of crazy to think that you wouldn't want fighting game players to make a fighting game because you should want somebody that enjoys the hobby to make it, right? You know, I mean, but what you need to do is you can't have that just laser focus or you only live in your own echo chamber. If you only like one play style, then of course your game is going to fail. 2XKO is a game that tended to hire people that just like big combos. Degeneracy, for lack of a better word. They supposedly wanted to make the greatest fighting game of all time that's going to take over the fighting game world, right? But you hired a team that tends to just like, quotation marks, degenerate games. Combo video games.
My apologies for stopping the video so much. Like I said, this is my time. This is my show. You know. Like, you can see the title of the video, you can watch Clayton's video, but, you know, I'm going to go over it. But y'all probably wonder why I think about TXKO. I said this on Twitter. I said it is the most driest looking fighting game I ever seen in my life, bro. Before it even came out on PC. I was like, you know what? I'm not even going to take my time on a free-to-play fighting game. We need to stop this free-to-play stuff. It's getting out of hand. It's getting out. That business model need to go. Make a game like this, retail, physical copy, where all the content is on it. All the content is on it, and play it. And to be honest with you, I really don't have a fighting game spirit as of late. I mean, I did play Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves, about a week ago with a friend of mine. I just wasn't feeling it. I just wasn't feeling it. I wasn't like, my mindset right now is RPGs and shooters right now. And games like Zenless Zone Zero and stuff like that. But I haven't been in the fighting game spirit when it comes down to these modern fighting games of today. I just haven't been really feeling it. But yeah, TXKO, I knew, like, I wasn't going to play that game for long. I played that game for probably about an hour, and I was just like, no, this is dry. It's trying to be something that it's not. But yeah, we're gonna get into the TXKO launch failure in a minute. But yeah, let's listen what else he has to say.
While then telling you in their interviews that they don't want that kind of stuff in the game. even though they actually pivoted from a 1-versus-1 game to a tag team game. Where's the vision in that? You need to be able to appreciate perspectives that are not your own. You need to not be afraid to learn something new. So again, the problem is the people actually designing these games.
I said that last.
It's not that they are fighting game players, right? It's that they are too insecure to ever admit that they are wrong. How many times? I'm a fucking broken record, but I'm going to keep saying it, dude, right? Even though, you know, when I have played before, right, you know, which has become less and less throughout the years, but, you know, even though if I might tend to only like one kind of character, if you watch my game theory videos, I constantly do stuff about broader perspectives of what fighting games are. I do videos about characters that I might not even want to play because I enjoy everything about fighting games. Even if, you know, maybe when I play, that's not the character I want to play. I know that, guess what? Not every character is for me. Some characters are for you. We shouldn't all like the same thing. But as a fighting game player, hopefully what we can do is we can find a fighting game that we all enjoy, right? More or less, right? But you hire these people who only tend to like one kind of play style, right? That's what's detrimental to fighting games. It's also detrimental, this toxic positivity and putting these people on a pedestal, right? When they actually haven't done all this shit, right? No wonder 2XKO fails, because you are putting these people on a pedestal, giving them credit for shit they haven't done. Of course they're going to design a shitty game that doesn't. 160 people could only come out with one character a year. Do you think maybe they should have been like, man, we need a different kind of perspective, instead of just bringing in these players that only like one play style?
And most of them got fired.
Hey, let's go to Max. Max is going to help us because Max is going to show the game. He's going to say how awesome it is. He says every game is seemingly awesome right when it comes out. That's not constructive criticism, dude. Also, you could say, from a certain perspective, is Max even someone that is capable of accurately criticizing your game? I mean, the guy doesn't even know what footsies is. I mean, come on, right?
No, he's not. No.
Remember, if you like the videos, like, sub, silly comment, share, support the channel if you can. Appreciate it. Thanks.
But yeah, shout out to Clayton Chapman, y'all. And yeah, he's right. Not just because, you know, the stuff that he's saying, you know, I've already said. It's facts. You know? And that's why I said what I said about Maximilian, dude, so everybody can, like, stop asking me, because there was times people asked me why I don't like Maximilian. Where, there you go. This is the first and last time talking about it, like, in this capacity. I talked about it before, my disdain for him years back, but not in detail. So there you have it. Guys like him is hindering the competitive integrity in fighting games. They really are. That's why I said what I said. And I'm not taking it back either. Because that's what I think and that's my opinion. So, you know, if you want to unfollow me because I disagree or don't like a certain individual's content creation, then so be it. You really ain't supporting me anyway, for real. If you gonna just not like somebody because I have a different opinion than the sheeps that follows a person blindly and don't think for themselves. So, but yeah, shout outs to Clayton Chapman. And get this phony FGC shield off of my screen. Thank you. Ugh. He's been on my freaking channel, my video long enough. This is a live stream we got going on here. But yeah. First and last time I'm speaking vocally about something or someone that I don't agree with, and my opinions about them, you know. But yeah, let's move on to something else, because I'm about to wrap this up. About the TXKO thing. Okay. Because that was mainly what he was talking about, you know, for a couple weeks. Like I said, that game had no, like, if that game was a chicken, it's a chicken that doesn't have the right seasoning or doesn't have any seasoning at all. That chicken tastes like what? It ain't good. It's not tasty. TXKO chicken ain't tasty, bruh. It was not putting chicken nuggets with some hot sauce on them combos. It do got like decent combos, but it's just dry. And I don't like the sound effects in that game. I said it, you know, when the Cannon Brothers announced it, you know, via Riot Games, like, it just looked like they're behind on what fighting games are doing that's already out. So yeah. Yeah, that. Where is it? There we go. So, I'm going to read this to y'all. After cutting half of TXKO's team less than 30 days from launch, I have to ask, how can any of us get behind a new Riot game ever again? I'm going to tell y'all this. Because within the FGC, there is an elephant in the room. A subtle, silent elephant in the room that truthful is there's a lot of subtle racism in the FGC. Prejudice in the FGC when it comes down to people that look like me and Asians. Yep, you in it too. The Asian boys, y'all in it too. They don't want to see you win in fighting games either. They'd rather deal with you than us. They'll tolerate you because some Asians do be kissing the Caucasian man's ass, which I don't know why. You need to stop because they don't like you either. But, you know, that goes without saying. But it's really racist. They don't really want black people to dominate in TXKO. That's the truth. I'm laying everything on the table tonight. They don't really want black folks to dominate in that game. So they make a League of Legends, you know, fighting game. You know, characters came from League of Legends. I don't know too much about League of Legends. I don't play those type of games. That's like my least favorite genre, RTS. Because they felt like, well, ain't no black people gonna play this game. So they made it the way they made it, you know. But we can dominate that game too. We just don't. Well, I don't even know. I don't be watching other FGC content like that. But I'm going by my experience with the game first and foremost. I don't really truly like it. But that's really what it's about. racism, and they always trying to find a way to make a game that we probably don't even care about, or they'll make a game where it's just like whatever, we're gonna let our own people dominate, and I'm talking about the Caucasians. That's what TSKO really is, a project of that. They can deny it all they want, because there is a subtle racism within the FGC. There is. That's why they dumb down fighting games, to make it easier for certain types of people that don't have any rhythm. Like I said, that most of them can't dance on the dance floor. Some can. You got some handful of Caucasian boys throwing down just like us. They can dance like us. I ain't mad at you about it, but the ones that are racist, that's who I'm talking about mainly. That doesn't like quote unquote black people. That's what I'm mainly talking about. So yeah, launch failed. They didn't make the numbers that they want to. But that's what it's really about. So, for all you people that want to be buddy and friendly with these types of guys that's in the FGC, they don't like you, for real. Stop, brother, stop trying to kiss these Caucasian people asses, man, and try to be friends with them. They don't like you. They want you out of this space. They want to be the ones that dominate. So stop trying to be a butt licker and a coon for these people in the FGC that's probably in higher places, I guess. Whatever that is in the community. Because I don't really be keeping in tune with the FGC like that as of late. So I don't know what's going on in the FGC. When it comes down to events, when it comes down to tournaments, I really don't care these days. But yeah. So, back to this. Riot Games is downsizing a substantial number of developers for the team that has been working on TXKO, the fighting game that only launched less than a month ago. Roughly 80 staff will be either transferred to other teams as Riot or laid off with 6 months severance pay. So they posted on the Riot Games website, executive producer Tom Cannon, which makes me sad that a brother, you know what I'm saying, was part of this. Cannon wrote that the following console release of overall momentum hasn't reached the level needed to support a team for this size long term, despite enticing a core audience of dedicated players. Yeah, what audience, Cannon? But yeah, the smaller focused team will be focused on key improvements to the game, according to Cannon. Additional plans will seemingly be shared soon, though it's worth noting that the statement comes shortly after a post by game director Sean Rivera. That's Unconquerable, right? He used to be a Tekken player back in the day. That name sounds familiar. But anyway, I could be right. It couldn't be him, but it may be so. But I could be wrong. But anyway, stating the game system were unfortunately making the game feel way too sharp and overwhelming for some players, indicating significant gameplay changes in the near future. Yeah, sure. Cannon Post continues, reassuring fans that TSKO competitive circuit will continue as planned, thanking those on the team impacted by this decision and pledging to continue communicating about how things are progressing. Now, I'm all about, fighting games can be and play on a competitive level, but to create a fighting game solely for esports, like just solely for esports, like not even in a casual aspect. See, this is why I like Street Fighter 6. They did both. Casual and competitive aspect. This game is just doing it for the competitive aspect. Esport wise. And most of those games fighting games that does that don't age well. It's not going to last for real when it comes down to player base. Anyway, on social media, TXKO developers hit by these cuts shared the news and expressed their disappointment. Patrick Miller, who spent a decade working on the game, revealed he was laid off with 30-minute notice yesterday, as with lead champion designer Alex Jaffe, who spent 8 years working on the title, senior character artist David Bolton, and many others. Riot, speaking to PC Gamer, said that AD staff impacted not an exact nor final figure, but some laid off staff will be able to find other positions at Riot Games following these suits. Content creator Wolfmonger also claims to have been told the following statement by Riot will go into specifics to focus on TXKO moving forward, and nothing they have committed to is going away. How exactly TXKO continue to, let's say, release 5 champions until 2026 as previously established, more than competitors like Street Fighter 6 and Tekken 8, with its team cut in half, remains unclear. How Riot expects to retain the same scope of development is puzzling. Eurogamer contacted Riot Games for clarification on exactly this would pan out and was referred to the aforementioned statement that is mentioned that additional communication is coming. These layoffs raise questions about the confidence of Riot Games when it comes down to newer projects. The decision cannot be discussed without considering the past few years of releases and cancellations at the company. Ugh. But yeah, man, I'm not reading all this, but y'all get the gist of it. Yeah, like I said, it ain't. If you like the game, hey, I'm not gonna tell you don't play the game. If you like the game, still play it, still play it. But for me, no, I'm not. It's a dry chicken with no seasoning, no sauce. That's just my opinion. But if you like the game, play it. Not gonna tell you not to. You know, it's your opinion. It is what you like. Think for yourself, okay? Stop being an echo chamber for these FGC content creators and going by everything they say, like what we talked about with Maximilian here. But yeah, I laid it out on the table about that guy and what I think about TXKO. And hopefully you can take it into consideration. But yeah, you gotta think for yourself, man. You really do. You really gotta think for yourself. And try out games. Try out something that you never tried before. I mean, I said this before, probably last week's stream or the week before last week, that you have to get out of your comfort zone, man. I do it all the time. You know, I still go into what I'm comfortable with, but I like to explore and learn new things. Not just with video games, with, you know, life as well. I have a life too now. Have a life too. But yeah, man. It's been real. I'm about to bounce. But yeah. I'll check y'all on the next stream. Hopefully y'all have a good night. I will see y'all tomorrow on the Twitch side of the game, not YouTube. I should stream on YouTube again tomorrow because y'all been good to me. Oh, we got a state of play tomorrow. I might do a live reaction of that. Might do a reaction of that. Because the YouTube people, man, y'all be coming through, man. Twitch people ain't coming through. Twitch people coming through, man. I mean, YouTube people be coming through. Twitch is not coming through. You know, I'm very disappointed in what Twitch became, man. I might have to start dual streaming a little bit more. That's what it seemed like, because y'all on YouTube side of the game, man, I appreciate for y'all support, though. I appreciate y'all support. For sure. Yeah. I'm going to get up out of here. See y'all next time. Peace.